Hello and welcome to this week's edition of the City Update. I'm your host, Mark Aaron, Multimedia Design Manager for the City of Danville. Today we're inside Essel Propack, a laminated tube manufacturer here in the City of Danville. They have expanded 3 times here in the city. Today will mark their 4th expansion since they named Danville their home in 2002. As I mentioned, Essel is a manufacturer of laminated tubes, toothpaste tubes, and a wide variety of other products that they manufacture here in their Danville facility. They are an international company based out of India, and as I mentioned, they called Danville their home in 2002. They currently employ close to 300 individuals and have invested over $96 million here in the city of Danville. So we're very excited to see them expanding once more here in the city of Danville. Let's take you out now to a ribbon cutting ceremony and learn a little bit more about this expansion.
But welcome. This is an extremely special occasion, very important to Essel Propack, and we are very appreciative that you took the time out of your day today to join us in our celebration. I'd like to welcome our Essel Propack associates. Many of them you can see in our deep blue Essel Propack shirts. I also want to welcome our valued customers. I think Procter & Gamble from Brown Summit is in transit, so that's the reason for our delay a little bit, but we know that we also have some guests from P&G flying in from Cincinnati this morning. Their flight gets them into Greensboro a little bit later, so we will be spending the afternoon with them, but we thank them for also their participation in our inauguration event today. We also have representatives from the great Commonwealth of Virginia. We thank you for being with us as well as our local representatives from the wonderful city of Danville, and I'll be introducing our special guest by name here shortly. We also want to welcome our key partners with Blair Construction. Again, I'll make some special introductions in a minute. We also have a number of suppliers, friends, and other distinguished VIPs whom I will introduce, as I mentioned, here in a minute. I do want to extend a very warm thank you for your being here to join us this morning in the celebration of this extremely special event. My name is Ted Sojourner. I'm the Regional Vice President for Essel Propack. I've been the leader here in the Americas since September of 2007, and I'm very pleased to be back in Danville. My birthplace is the state of Virginia, and I've traveled for many, many years, and now I'm back home. Before we begin, I would like to introduce very special attendees. First, that I'd like to introduce from the city of Danville is our Honorable Mayor, Mr. Sherman Saunders. If you could stand up, sir. We also have some other guests with us. I haven't looked the room closely, but I do know that Richard Turner, Richard, if you could stand up, from the City of Danville IDA, thank you. Jeremy Stratton, is Jeremy here? I think he may have had a conflict, but Jeremy is with the City of Danville Economic Development. And Linwood Wright, Linwood, if you could stand up for us, sir. And also I want to recognize Clark Whitfield. I don't know if Clark was able to join us this morning, but I want to recognize Clark, who is the city attorney. Our investment partners, if you will, from VCC is Mr. Bill Skeen and Mr. Randy Burcham. Thank you for being here. We're very honored to have from the USDA, Mr. Patty Sundaram. Patty? And as I mentioned earlier, our partners from the construction side of it, Blair Construction, I see Tim Clark and Bobby Atkins. Is Mr. Fred Blair here? No, okay. And last but not least, certainly, is 2 individuals that have been a key partner in this whole journey in terms of the process and helping us find the other right partners. I do want to recognize Mr. Matt Good and Mr. Wesley Crum. The schedule this morning, let me first cover that, those logistics, if you will. We're actually going to start the inauguration with 2 key events here at this location. We will have a ribbon cutting ceremony, and our ribbon is across our entrance to our new production facility here in the back. And then we'll have our tour and that'll be followed with a special tree planting at the conclusion of the tour. As far as the tour, just to go through that, we're going to break into groups of 8 to 10 persons. You'll have a hosted or guided tour of our production facility for Arista. For everyone, we will need safety glasses. I think those were provided as you came in our facility. If not, we'll be sure that you have those, as well as hair and/or beard nets if you have facial hair. I want to point out, normally we would, as part of our safety and our GMP procedure, we would ask for the removal of jewelry and the use of protective earplugs. Today, since it'll be a very short, brief tour of our production facility, we will not ask for the removal of jewelry nor the use of protective earplugs. If you do feel more comfortable with earplugs, those certainly will be provided to you. Okay, and then after leaving the Arista production area, I do want to point out a couple things in terms of what you'll see, but many of you, if you've seen through the glass here, that is our new printing area and also graphics, and that supports the laminate tube business, which is our business unit that has been here at Cane Creek. We'll not be going inside, but you can see the printing equipment through the glass. This business was at our other location on Stinson Road, and we relocated all of our printing equipment in the fourth quarter of this past year. Okay, we made some changes to the tour this morning, so I just want to make sure I don't give you bad information. Let me share with you today and what we are celebrating. It's actually, this inauguration is the 4th expansion and investment in the facility here since Essel Propack arrived in Danville in 2002. That was a short 8.5 years ago. And what has been a very difficult economic period here in the U.S. and in Virginia for the past few years, this investment clearly demonstrates the commitment of Essel Propack to the region and the positive outlook that we have for growth in the future. Now, what you will see this morning is our new Arista production business unit. It's where we produce our extruded plastic tubes. We actually have 2 what we call extrusion lines that do the printing and the capping and the whole process. We also have a number of what we call our direct decoration equipment, which will be pointed out to you. We have a labeler machine, what the brand is EasyMat. It's a silkscreen direct print process, and so that equipment and all will be pointed out to you as part of that tour. This specific business, the Arista business, came to Danville in 2006, and it was based in the separate building on Stinson Road, which I mentioned earlier. We've added a total of 45,000 square feet of space to this particular side of our facility, which includes the production floor, which you'll walk through, and we also have support staff offices. What you will not see this morning is the added warehouse area in the back of our building, which is about 60,000 square feet of additional warehouse space. Combined between the 2 building additions, we've added a total of 105,000 square feet. We've more than doubled the size of our facility here. Now, this morning, we have 2 very important guests that have agreed to share their thoughts with us. First, I have the privilege and honor to introduce the Honorable Mayor of Danville. Let me tell you a little bit about Mr. Sherman Saunders. He's the Executive Director of the Pittsylvania County Community Action Group. He first became a member of the Danville City Council in 1996. And in addition to being a councilman, Sherman served as the city's vice mayor from 2006 to 2007. In 2008, Mr. Saunders was elected as mayor for the city of Danville. He is a veteran of the United States Army. He was born here in Pittsylvania County in Ringgold, and he's been married to his, I'm sure, very lovely wife, Sandy Patricia Saunders, for 37 years. Mr. Mayor, it's an honor to have you here, and if you'd come up, sir.
Good morning. Thank you so much, Mr. Sojourner. You talked about the tour coming later. You talked about maybe needing hairnets. As you can see, I will not need any hairnets. I have no hair, Chief Morris. One team, one vision. That describes, this company describes our city and describes our region. Essel Propack is headquartered in India. The company announced its intention to locate its first United States facility in Danville in 2002. Since Essel began manufacturing laminated and plastic tubes for the oral, cosmetic, and healthcare industry in Danville, the company has announced a total of 4 expansions, including this expansion today. This expansion consolidation project will combine Arista plastic tubes, Essel Propack laminated tubes, and the company's closure division under one roof. Essel, Arista, the City of Danville, and the Industrial Development Authority of Danville have a long history of working together, again, one team, one vision, on many, many projects. The partnership has resulted in 276 people now working under one roof here in Danville. The city, the IDA, and Essel have worked on this consolidation project since 2009. The results? A $10 million investment in our city, in our region, 100,000 square feet additional space, and a significantly improved process that will allow Essel and Arista to generate new business and increase sales. The City of Danville has an immense appreciation for Essel Propack and values its corporate contributions in our community. Congratulations to Essel Propack on this exciting announcement. We wish you continued success. The City of Danville, our region, we say thank you so very, very much.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We appreciate your time, as I said earlier, and also those inspiring comments. Thank you very much. I'd next like to introduce, we have 2 very special guests with us today from Essel Propack, India. The first individual I'd like to recognize is my boss. He's the president of Essel Propack, Mr. Chandra Shekhar. Chandra? Chandra makes it a point to visit the U.S. as often as possible. For business reasons and personal reasons, he has a son who is a doctor and has studied in Baltimore, Johns Hopkins, and will be going up to Massachusetts to continue his medical work. And we're glad to have Chandra here to help support us as we continue to develop our business strategy and our plans here in Danville and how we'll proceed forward and to recover this significant investment. The second individual, I'm very pleased to announce, and he'll be coming up shortly to say a few words. Please join me in welcoming the Vice Chairman, our CEO of Essel Propack globally, Mr. Ashok Goel. It's been kind of a whirlwind week. I'll just share with you briefly. Chandra flew from India to the U.S. and then down to Mexico City last Thursday by way of Newark, and I joined him from Raleigh to Mexico City. We were very pleased. We have a brand new facility in Mexico City. We've relocated an existing plant and we've increased our square footage by about 60%. So we did the same sort of ceremony on Tuesday of this week recognizing the new plant and the inauguration of that facility. And we were very pleased to have Mr. Goel also join us in Mexico City. His travels were from Mumbai to Newark, Newark to Houston, Houston to Mexico City. So as you can imagine, I think 28 or 29 hours in the air or traveling, and then spending 4 days with us in Mexico City. And we arrived in Raleigh yesterday evening about 5 p.m. For those of you that don't know a lot about the history of Essel Propack globally, yes, we are an Indian-based company. Our corporate global headquarters is in Mumbai, India. And the company was started 28 years ago by Mr. Ashok's family. They were the first producers of laminated tubes in the country of India. And now 28 years later, we have about 1/3 of the global market share. We have now exceeded in a 12-month period producing and selling to customers 5 billion tubes. We're now a publicly traded company on the India Stock Exchange. Thank you. And I have to share another just real quick unprepared story, but during our inauguration on Tuesday in Mexico City, our share price grew 5%. So we have a little bit of a challenge here today in Danville. I think yesterday, Mr. Chandra said that the stock was up 9% yesterday. So the pressure's on me. But anyway, again, I want to thank you very much for your attendance today. And without further ado, I'd like to bring up the Vice Chairman of Essel Propack, Mr. Essel Propack.
Thank you, Ted. Good morning to all of you. That's the spirit. I'm indeed grateful to all of you to have joined us this morning. This is a momentous occasion for Essel Propack America to again and again come back to the city of Danville. Mr. Mayor, city officials, the state officials have since 2002 have been so supportive of Essel Propack. It's like a perfect love at first sight, I guess. That was the situation. The city of Danville, the state of Virginia did offer us a lot of support. They did actually support us, and we were very, very, very pleased to have come into the city of Danville. And since then, as Mr. Mayor mentioned, Ted mentioned, we have expanded this facility here in city of Danville 4 times. And on a historical cost basis, our total investment so far in city of Danville is $95.4 million. And we have created 307 jobs in the city of Danville. And as Ted mentioned, the journey began in 2002. Here we are today in 2011 with the expansion of this facility. Now, as Ted also mentioned, that we are bringing 3 facilities together under one roof. Just 4 or 5 miles away from here, we had another facility where we had the printing facilities, printing and graphics, and we also had plastic tube facility. So both those facilities are now housed here in this expanded facility. Essel Propack is present in 14 countries around the world. We are present almost on every continent except for Australia and New Zealand. So our operations are in China, Philippines, Indonesia, India, Egypt, Russia, Poland, UK, Germany, and here in US and Mexico City and Colombia. Many a times people ask us that the American manufacturing or jobs are moving back into India. How come you guys are coming here and creating job into United States? Well, as they say, in India, as they say that once somebody gets married, one gets married for 7 lives. So we don't divorce easily. And that's the case, I'm sure, with the city of Danville and the state of Virginia. Even though we did struggle during the year of 2007, when the economy was struggling, our business was struggling, and we were working very hard to protect the jobs that we had created. And I'm pretty pleased to say that we have been successful in keeping that business going around. And this is one of the steps that we brought that together here. And I do hope that city of Danville, state of Virginia, even though we are an Indian company and we believe in marriage for 7 lives, we do hope that we can continue to work together as we did in 2002 and 2003. It will be unfair if I did not appreciate the hard work that all our business associates, the construction companies, the suppliers, and of course customers always are there because we exist because the customers are there. And more importantly, all our people, we call them Esselites. All people working in Essel, we call them Esselites. All the hard work that Chuck, Harvey, and many more, it will be, I think I won't be able to name everybody, the hard work that they have put in. And I see a new enthusiasm in the team Essel America. And I'm proud of you guys. Thank you very much. So I'm happy to be here as always, even though Ted has been making all the attempts to keep reminding me of my jet lag. But I can tell you, Ted, I'm fully alert and attentive. Once again, really appreciate for all of your time and for you to have joined us to share our joy this morning. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Vice Chairman. We appreciate your comments. It has been a very exciting journey that we've had here since 2002. And I'm very excited and anxious for the future because the future for Essel Propack is very bright. And we do thank all of our partners, City of Danville, the State of Virginia, our suppliers that are here, our construction partners, our lending partners, our customers that are here. We thank you for your support. As the mayor said, it is one team and one vision. And that takes on many meetings. I'm sure each of you have thoughts about that, but our accomplishment today and our celebration is that we have brought Essel Propack together in one building underneath one roof. And I know those folks that were down at Stinson Road, they're very happy. They have smiles on their faces now because we are one family, and that family has now come back together. And personally, I can tell you, I'm pretty happy because I can't tell you how many trips I spent between meetings running back and forth between the 2 buildings trying to be on time when one meeting ended in one location and one started in the new location. But Again, I want to thank everybody for supporting us today in this special event.
Joining us now is Ted Sojourner, who is the Vice President of Americas for Essel Propack. And Ted, a great day here for Essel. Another expansion here in the city of Danville. I think that makes 4 since you all made Danville your home.
Yeah, correct. This is our 4th expansion in the last 8.5 years. Essel Propack came to Danville, Virginia in 2002. A little bit about Essel Propack. We are a global company. Our corporate headquarters is in Mumbai, India. And Danville is our North America home for production. We are vertically integrated. So here in Danville, we print our own tubes. We produce our tubes. We also make our own caps and closures. We are only one of 2 global manufacturers that are in North America, and we're very proud to have this 4th expansion, which will allow us to have all of our businesses in one consolidated facility under one roof.
And I know some of our viewers are familiar that you all make toothpaste tubes for Procter & Gamble, but you have a wide variety of other things you all produce as well.
Yes, we do. That is correct. Toothpaste is really our heritage, and that's our foundation. But in the past 8 years, we've diversified. We now have tubes that we make for cosmetics, for personal care, skin care, and also in the pharmaceutical business segments as well.
Now, I know you're bringing Arista Tube in-house here at the Essel Propack site. Can you explain to our viewers a little bit about the subsidiary Arista Tubes and in relation to Essel?
Yes, absolutely. Arista is a company that actually got its foundation in Europe, in England, and Essel Propack purchased the Arista Tube company in 2004, the producer of plastic extruded tubes. Part of our business strategy is to be able to provide a wide variety of tube applications, so plastic is very important. And then Essel Propack globally decided to bring Arista to Danville in 2006. We didn't have room here at that time in this facility, so we leased a separate facility here in Danville as well.
Now talk about the expansion that we're celebrating here today.
Yeah. We are more than doubling the size of this plant. About 45,000 square feet will comprise the new production area that will home our Arista production floor, as well as some support staff offices. We've also added 60,000 square feet of warehouse space. Right. So we want to be sure that as our customers' requirements and demand increases, we've got enough warehouse to be able to provide their product for shipment.
Well, it's great to see you all growing and growing here in Danville. I know you mentioned during the press conference, I think over 300 employees now and over $90 million of investment since 2002.
That is correct. Over $90 million of investment. We're growing. We're excited, and we love the home here in Danville, and we look forward to expansion number 5 down the road at some point. Yeah.
Well, Ted, thank you so much for joining us today, and congratulations on the expansion.
Thank you, Mark. We appreciate it.
Well, that's going to wrap it up for this edition of the City Update. Again, I would like to thank Mr. Ted Sojourner, Vice President of Americas for Essel Propack, for joining us on today's show. Congratulations to Essel, and we look forward to seeing them continue to grow here in the city of Danville in the future. So until next time, have a great day.